like this music.
You do?
Yeah, I like it. The intro, I like it.
Du startest du med. Ja, jeg skal starte igen. Sådan, ja. dhegeystayaasheena qiimaha iyo qaayaalow halka aad naga dhegaysanaysaan waa radio 1 Soomaaliya oo aad ka dhegaysanaysaan mawjadaha dhererkeedu uu kala yahay AM 1540 iyo mawjada kale oo dhererkeedu uu yahay 91.9 FM iyo habka Chin Radio. waxaa barnaamijyadan idiin soo gudbinaya anigoo ah Muuse Kuulow, Xuseen Nuur Xaaji iyo Yaasiin Adeekar. waxaan idin leenahay habeen wanaagsan. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. dhegeystayaasheena qiimaha iyo qaayaal halkaad naga dhegaysanaysaan waa radio 1 Soomaaliya. waxaan idin leenahay galab wanaagsan ama maqrib wanaagsan ama habeen wanaagsan. waa anigoo Muuse Kuulow ah iyo Xuseen Nuur Xaaji iyo Yaasiin Adeekar oo aad nooga barateen habeen walba sabti ah in aad runtii naga dhegaysataan idaacadda radio 1 Soomaaliya 91.9 FM iyo 1540 AM. waxaan idin leenahay habeen wanaagsan. sida caadada ahayd waxaa caawa studio marti noogu ah sida taqaaniin AMHG Health Guide oo aad runtii ugu barateen Dave Williams, but tonight is here the real host Beverley. Miss Beverley, welcome to Radio 1 Somalia.
Thanks very much, Moose, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us, and
welcome back. We will say real host is back. Hussein, adigana ku soo dhawow Radio 1 Somalia.
waad mahadsantahay Muuse, dhegeystayaashii adigu waan doonaa.
Masha Allah. Beverley, really we miss you many months, but really we get you back. I'm from AMHG Health Guide, the expert of health issues. What we have tonight?
well, Moose, tonight I'm going to talk about exactly a phrase that I've coined, and I'm going to call it ancestral diet. I think it's really important for us in the Afro-Mosaic community to be aware of our ancestral diets. What our ancestors ate, what we ate as children growing up, how we've moved away from that diet, and the effect and impact it's having on our lives. So tonight I really want to highlight 3 different foods, and those 3 foods really came to mind because I just came back from Jamaica. I spent 2 weeks in Jamaica and really spent 2 weeks eating the foods of my childhood. I ate well, and I was amazed at the end of the 2 weeks that I felt really, really well. I felt strong physiologically, and the amazing thing to me was I ate well, and I did not gain an ounce. I was the same weight when I left Toronto as it is when I returned. And so it really said to me, I need to explore and examine that a little bit more in terms of what it was I ate. Why is it that I felt so good? Because I actually feel stronger physiologically. So today I thought I would share with everyone 3 of the foods that I ate and what's really astounding about those 3 foods are the amount of minerals and vitamins that's contained in these foods. So the first one that I want to talk about, and I think that everyone knows this, is yams. So not yams as in sweet potatoes as we know it in North America, but yams as we know it in Africa and the Caribbean. So we're talking about African yams. I mean, everyone knows that African yams are these starchy root vegetables or food, I guess you would call them. And everyone knows that they're starchy. It's a root. And there's so many different varieties. I mean, there are hard ones, there's soft ones, there's sweet ones. Some are waxy, some are a little bit drier. I think, speaking for some of us, I mean, most everyone knows yellow yams or sweet yams, or one of the yams I discovered in Jamaica was called renta. I have no idea about the origin of that name, but renta sounded really interesting. And the texture was also really interesting. It was quite waxy. So what I want to talk about is eating this yam, and I nearly had a slice of yam every day. And I was surprised in terms of how much nutrients it has. It's full of fiber, and that fiber is in the form of starch and also sugar. But it has in a significant amount of potassium, also some protein, which was surprising because you tend to think about starchy foods not having protein, and the number of vitamins it has in B1, which is thiamine, B2, which is riboflavin, B3, which is niacin, and B6, which is pyridoxine. It also has folic acid, and it also has pantothenic acid. And these are the vitamins that help us to get energy, and also the energy that we're getting from carbohydrates and fats. Now, yam is also a complex carbohydrate. And what that means is, in addition to the sugar that it's providing to give us energy, it also has soluble and insoluble fiber. And actually, it has more soluble fiber than insoluble, which means that it's easily digested. And it means that it's actually really good food for infants and young children. Because most everyone knows, I mean, we've gone the North American way in terms of feeding our children cereal or feeding our children papalam. And yam is a much better source for them. It's full of nutrients, it's full of vitamins, it's full of minerals, and it's easy to digest. And because of the fibrous nature of yam, it releases the sugar in our bloodstream quite slowly. And because of that slow release, it helps us to regulate our blood sugar. So this is actually a food product that's good for people who are diabetics, because it evens out the peaks and troughs in the blood sugar level. So that way, people can maintain their sugar level and not go into full-blown diabetic coma or have those cravings that they would have. Now, one of the things I discovered while I was in Jamaica is that I was never hungry. At no time was I hungry in terms of, oh, I'm starving, I need to eat. And I realized that I never felt hungry because my blood sugar was maintained at the same level all the time. I'm not diabetic, but that for me was certainly an interesting interesting phenomenon. So because you feel full longer, it's also good for people who think about losing weight. Because again, if you're eating foods that have really high glycemic index, I mean, it tends to spike your blood sugar. You become really hungry, and because you're so hungry, you tend to then binge eat. Whereas if you're eating a food product like yam, it levels out your blood sugar, and so you actually end up losing weight because you end up eating less because you feel full and you feel satisfied all the time. Now, what I also learned about yam, which was interesting, is that it also helps to lower that bad cholesterol, the LDL cholesterol. So it has this property that I didn't know about before I really started investigating why did I feel the way that I did. And another good impact it has is in terms of reducing colon cancer. And it reduces colon cancer because it does not allow other harmful substances that we're eating to stick to the colon. And so with it not sticking to the colon, then it reduces the potential for colon cancer. Yams are also rich in potassium, and I was amazed to know that 4 ounces of yam has as much as 860 milligrams of potassium, which is absolutely just phenomenal. Because potassium, as everyone knows, helps to control our heart rate and our blood pressure. Now, the important thing, and what everyone should know, because I'm here saying that yams are really good for you, but again, portion control is really important, okay? So it's good for you when you're eating within the correct proportions. But if someone should suddenly decide that they're going to go on a yam diet, that's not the idea, okay? Yam still has to be combined with proteins and also fruits and vegetables to get the full impact of it. So again, it's what we've grown up eating, what our ancestors ate, and I would just encourage everyone to start including yams in their diet. And by that I mean African yams or Caribbean yams.
So do you think that yam we can find here in Canada or in Toronto?
We absolutely can, because one of the things I noticed, and I have to say that I'm guilty of it, all the supermarkets have yams.
We're very wholesale also. They can.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do, absolutely. And what I noticed is that most of the yam would actually go bad because no one bought it, including myself. I didn't. But certainly now, I absolutely will start buying more yams and eating more
The
yams.
yam in Somali we say muhok. Muhok is in everywhere, and really you can get it easily, and really you hear the health and the benefit of that really ingredient. That really fruit is really everything: potassium, calcium. Now you hear also carries protein. Protein we know only from the meat and the penis and the other stuff. But really, I think Beverley, I can see the difference is that 2 weeks is the impact, and I think also for the organic that you eat, and really the environment, because really we say also our language, and I think also in Jamaica they say eat what we grow, and we eat what we grow, eat what we grow, and
grow what we eat.
grow what we eat.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the good really phrase, you know. And thank you very much. Really, we are running out of time, and I think
waad mahadsan tahay Masukulo iyo Abraham Hussein